Look, I know what you're thinking. Who needs help S-ranking the root pack? What sort of giant baby needs help S-ranking the easiest boss in the entire game? Listen, not everyone is as good at Cuphead as you are, champ. Even I got my ass handed to me a few times when I started my S-ranking journey, and that secret phase they added in made this boss way tougher than I expected. So I'm sure someone out there might need some help with this, right? Alright, if you watched me play anything on Cuphead, you know what I use. I use the same goddamn loadout for basically every boss. But in case you're new here, I'm taking Roundabout, Spread, Auto Parry, and Super 1. You could, replace Auto Parry with Coffee if you're really big and tough, but it's not like you're going to run out of time here. Auto Parry just makes it a little bit safer. So with Roundabout as your primary weapon, start immediately shooting backwards. You'll shoot 3 mud balls and 1 earthworm, so it's pretty easy to parry it, or not. Anyways, the second wave's the same thing, but even faster, and oh, for God's sake. Alright, forget you saw that. If your balls are made of titanite chunks, you can try moving in close with the spread shot in between rounds, but it's really hard to dodge his mud bullets up close. I found this really wasn't worth the effort it took, and I just died a lot, but if you're a better Cuphead player than me, you could probably shave off a couple of seconds doing this. If you parry all 3 projectiles, you should have enough meter to use your super before he changes phases. And this is ideal because it's much more dangerous to use the super in the second phase. Once the onion starts, turn on Spread and let him have it. The pink raindrop will always appear around the 4th or 5th wah he does, so get ready to parry it. Otherwise, just slowly walk back and forth while watching the top of the screen to dodge the raindrops. Don't dash because you might end up dashing into the onion boy by mistake. Make sure you have all 3 parries done before this phase is over because there's nothing to parry in the last phase. Okay, so what I do here depends on what the boss is doing. When the boss is just kind of vibing and not really attacking you, I just use Spread underneath him to get the most damage in. Once he starts summoning creatures and shooting psychic beams at you, use Roundabout, run around while shooting into the air at an angle. Sometimes when there's too many carrots around you, switch back to Spread to clear things out. Even just turning it on for a second will make a big difference. Remember, you have to use at least 1 more EX move before you beat him to guarantee your S rank. Okay, but let's say you're a big tough gamer and you thought this was too easy. Well, fuck me, I guess. Let's see how big your dick is when you try the secret phase, huh? So, to activate the secret phase, if you didn't see my secret phase video, during the onion phase, if you don't actually shoot him, you can just skip his phase and you have a much harder 3rd phase instead, where there's a goddamn radish trying to sonic spin dash you the entire time. So trying to kill the boss without killing the radish is actually really hard. There's just too many things to keep track of, and I died an embarrassing number of times. Honestly, because you can beat this boss so quickly, you can just beat the shit out of the radish until it's a puree before you focus on the carrot. And you can do all this without going over the 2-minute mark, even if you use your super on the radish. Once the radish is down, just do what you did in the normal S rank, and boom, you've S ranked the easiest boss in the game. Both versions of the easiest boss in the game. And now you're ready to start S ranking everything else. Now, if only there were some videos or S rank guides on how you could beat almost every other boss in the game. If only there was some sort of resource like that available.